What is so special about the murder of Clive Lizard Williams? That was the question that was posed by the Court of Appeal Judge Bishop McDonald to the acting DPP Claudette Thompson. Viewers, I have a lot more updates to give y'all on the final day, day 6 of Vybz Kartel retrial hearing. I also have a video to basically play of Isaac Buchanan giving some updates as well. So make sure to stick around to the end. Leave a like and make sure to subscribe. You see me, people? Run up the likes to 100 likes quick and fast. You see me? But yeah, the Vybz Kartel trial hearing ended today on day 6. It should have gone for 5 days, but they ended up going to 6. I will know that the Vybz Kartel trial have a way of extending beyond the original date that they would have set, and that was the case in the initial trial. So today the judge basically say, yo, them will give a verdict no further than July 31st, and whether or not Vybz Kartel will be walking free or there will be a retrial. The judge also hinting that they might have already made a decision on the matter, but the reason why we have to wait so long to hear a verdict is because they need to explain why they would have given such a verdict. We don't hear the verdict yet, but they are just saying that they might already have their verdict, but they need to come up with an explanation as to why they would have given that verdict. So we have to go wait upon that. However, based on how it sound, initially I thought there was only going to be a morning session, but apparently they had an evening session which also revealed more details, and which would have been the question that was asked to the acting DPP, as I stated initially in the video. What is so special about this Clive Lizard Williams? The DPP saying that with so many breaches of the men's constitutional rights and another possible breach if there should be a retrial, why are you guys pushing this so much? So basically the judge asked the question where we the public would have asked. From the outside and we are looking, we can see that there is a lot of loophole in this case. It was exposed at the Privy Council, and again the Court of Appeal even exposed it some more. You see me? Why them a push for a retrial when so many things went wrong in the initial trial? So many things got exposed. And also, after going through the files, John Clark, which is one of Vybz Kartel lawyer, raised another issue again. The Crown, which would have been the DPP, the prosecution team, stated that all the evidence are present. After reviewing the files, John Clark came back and said only 16 pieces out of the 25 pieces of evidence is available. So the other remained in amount that are 9 pieces of evidence is still missing. But with all of those, they're still pushing for a retrial. And remember, the judge specifically asked them about the evidence and also about the witnesses. Remember, some of the witnesses, they haven't confirmed it. Basically, they say that they can't confirm fully, but they are confident that they will be able to get majority, if not all, of the witnesses. Remember, one of them passed away, one of the key witnesses as well. But they could not confirm that they have all the other witnesses. Now, with the evidence part, 9 out of the 25 evidence missing. No, how would this gonna work now? Remember, the judge earlier say, they might have already have their own decision, and the matter already, they just need an explanation to explain why they would have come out with that verdict. And basically, it would seem as if they are leaning to acquit everything. But yeah, these are the updates coming out of the evening session, and it's really not looking good for the prosecution. And the judge been asking the DPP some really crucial questions, some hard questions, and they still cannot give a straight answer up until now. They are just saying that the Vybz Kartel should not get away on technicality. They should go back and do a retrial so they could get a fair trial, knowing the widespread of this murder case in the public, basically, and also that the jury that they would have gotten would be tainted because every single corner of Jamaica, from the young to the old, know about this case. All the evidence are already in the public space. everything. Nothing is a secret in this case. There's not one thing there's a secret in this case. So how them are gonna go about getting all of that basically? How them are get some good jurors when I go basically be biased to one side? Cause you gotta have jurors basically we are going bias to Vybz Kartel side, and you gotta have jurors who possibly are going bias to the prosecuting side. So those are the issues that the Court of Appeal Judge Bishop McDonald would have raised throughout this trial process, and still raising them even up on the final day, which basically letting you know which direction they're going basically. But that's just based on opinion. That's just my opinion. But yeah, now I'm making it here with Isaac Buchanan have to say on the final day.
The defense is saying no retrial. The prosecution is saying there can be a retrial. There was a breach of the fair trial right, which was the central issue of this case, and whether or not the court can order a retrial in the circumstances. Certainly for the defense, we would have presented affidavit evidence, which was a plethora of documents. As you can see, it went over into day 6, and even at the end of day 6, there were so many documents that the court was inundated with information that they now have to go through. I just wish to make clear that because of this, it is one of the reasons why the court now has to go through the information and have a written judgment, because this is a high public interest matter, and so the explanations coming from the court will be of great value. Certainly, in terms of the progress of the case, the client is anxious. There's not much you can tell a man who wants to get out of jail as to why is it being delayed or anything like that. It is a continuing breach, and that, as I said, that's certainly where it is. And so I have no comforting words for my clients, save and to say that the court has now made it clear that they're mindful of Mr. Palmer's illness, they're mindful of the length, and that certainly they have given a time, as in the maximum time that they will be able to write the judgment and be able to hand it down. That my response is always God on time. This case is finished. I from the defense bar, fresh justice is something that a concept that we ought to be looking at in terms of trying to ensure that persons who are put before the court for the very first time, that their matters don't fall into the position that the appellants are in this particular case. So in terms of pushback, the judge did make it clear that there will be some pushback for other cases to ensure that in light of Mr. Palmer's illness, that they get the judgment out at the fastest possible time. And the blame is now at the hands of the prosecution and the defense, because we inundated them with paperwork, which was my defense is it was necessary to do so.
Are you confident in what the ruling will be?
I'm always confident. I'm always confident. It's God on time. I only speak positive to the universe.
See you people, that would have been the final update on the whole Vybz Kartel trial here in the final day on day 6. Y'all can leave y'all thoughts on this one in the comment section. Remember to leave a like on the video, and if you're new to the channel, just subscribe, because I don't know say yes to get the latest. You see me? I'm out.